Hey, there it is. Live.
We
That's
are
exciting.
live.
We're
Is this
live.
thing on?
We're alive. I'm alive. Are you alive?
I am, and I'm happy to be here, man.
Are you happy to be here?
Wherever
How
here
happy are
is
you?
pretty happy, pretty
Pretty happy.
stoked
Pretty
about where
dang.
we are. You are you're in Hawaii,
I'm in
right?
Hawaii. Yep.
Or did you not want anyone to know that? Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I don't think anyone's
It's
tuned
too
in
late
yet,
now.
so we're safe. We got one watcher, so one viewer.
We got one watcher. We have two viewers. Thank you very much.
Ooh, now we have two. I think
Um,
it's me and you.
so why don't you? I know people are going to be tuning in and out, so we might as well go ahead and start, and you can kind of introduce what we're doing here today.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for jumping on with me. Obviously, if you are tuning in and you see two heads on your screen talking at each other and at you, let me just clear the waters here. This is the author email live discussion Q&A slash feature explanation slash hangout session. So we're glad you're here. Those of you who are in here watching with us, my name is Nick Thacker, as it says right there. And then this guy over here is my good friend and partner in crime, Kevin Tomlinson. We are the co-founders of Author.email, which is I was going to say premier, but it's the only author-focused and author-centric email marketing platform. So think, if you're
Exactly.
haven't heard of this thing, think MailChimp, think ActiveCampaign, but better. And for you, author,
But
is that about right?
we are not aimed at chimps. We
We
are aimed at
That's right.
authors and not chimps.
It's hominids. We are aimed at hominids, but specifically the human Homo sapien variety.
The more advanced hominids. So
That's right.
just to throw it out there, by the way, anybody tuning in right now, make sure you can ask us anything throughout the entire broadcast. We will happily pop stuff up on the screen and answer your questions. And we are going to be kind of going through a little bit of sort of the features that we like about author email and sort of the some of the future direction for the platform. So we think you'll be excited about all this stuff.
We think you
As
will, man.
excited as Nick is.
As excited as I am about this. No, this is good stuff. So it just, as Kevin said, we're not going to get
Early morning
into.
in Hawaii.
It's early morning. It's at least 4 a.m. in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into, this isn't a walkthrough. This isn't a, here's how you set up your account. That's all boring. And we can do that with you anytime. Just hit us an email if you need help with that kind of stuff. This is more, most people watching this you're either in the trial campaign or the trial mode, the 30-day trial now, or you're an author with us already. And you just want to get a little bit more out of it, or maybe have some things explained. So just like Kevin said, we're going to just roll into some features that we love about this platform we made. But if you, a person watching, have a specific question, or you're hung up somewhere, or something doesn't quite make sense, drop it in the comments there. If you're watching on Facebook or I guess YouTube, we can pull those in as well, I think. Is that right? And just ask away.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'll kick it off here with one, if that's all right. Kevin, you want me to get started first with? I don't want to steal your thunder here. If I say something, I don't want you to be just logging off and just going away.
I am thunder free.
All right, thunder free, Kevin. Here we go. What I want to show people here, Kevin can share the screen in a minute. I'm actually going to navigate into the campaigns and get that set up so you can see one of my favorite features here. And let's see where we are. Whoops, that's the wrong screen. Yeah, okay, so you can go ahead and share. I'm going to just create a test campaign.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay, so I'm just creating a real quick campaign. Like I said, this isn't a walkthrough video, so I'm going to skip through all this stuff. I do need to change my template so I can make sure we don't get yelled at. Oh, I think we're going to get yelled at here. It's going to tell me, yep, we need to add the company full address at the bottom. This is a feature, and it is a feature. It's not a hindrance because of GDPR and CAN spam laws, things like that, that you're required to have an address whenever you send a campaign. So that's our system will make sure that you've got your company full address tag is in there. Okay, so can we all see this? Let's see, where are we? Yeah, hey, it's up there. Cool. Sorry, I was looking at another screen. So I've set up an autoresponder campaign. Now, this is exactly what it sounds like. You know, you send it immediately after somebody signs up to a list, blah, blah, blah. You can set up as many as you want. I've just basically gone through and breezed through. I haven't put any content in here, but what I'm showing here, my feature that I'm kind of calling attention to is over here. This include imported subscribers and include current subscribers drop downs. So at the very end of your autoresponder campaign, when you're setting it up, you can set all this stuff. You want it to activate at whatever time. This just defaults to right now. The event is after someone subscribes, let's say a day after they subscribe. We won't do anything here. Then we could say this and activate, and anyone who subscribes to our list will get this autoresponder one day after they subscribe to the list. Now, here's what I think is really cool, and this is what Author Email 1.0 was lacking that we've been we built into this one. This include imported subscribers is really, really cool because it means I can now get a CSV list, like an Excel spreadsheet or just a data dump of subscribers from, say, BookFunnel or StoryOrigin or somewhere else. You're getting subscribers, you're getting readers, and I can upload that list. And if this box is checked, the people you upload will get this autoresponder one day later. So, I mean, that's just a powerful feature because it now doesn't require these subscribers to be organic. They don't have to subscribe from a form. Similarly, this include current subscribers drop down. If we put this to yes, when I press save and activate, every single person who's already on the list, who's been on the list for a year, a month, however long, will get this autoresponder that I'm writing right now. So this is just a real quick, cool way of making sure that anyone you want can get your subscribers or get your autoresponders, no matter how they're imported, no matter how they're subscribed. I think that makes sense. Does that make sense, Kevin? Did I lose you? I think Kevin froze. All right. Well, we will move on then. I'm gonna. Lynn asked a question here, but I will wait to answer questions. Oh, there he is. Okay, Kevin's coming back slowly but surely. Lynn asked if you wanted us to wait on questions until we've explained features. No. Just go ahead and drop them in there, just like Tracy did. We'll try to get to those as we can. I was just going to wait for Kevin to get back in so he can actually pop the questions up on the screen. Can you hear us? You still hear us? You still there? I hear something. Roland says Roland can be Kevin. I don't know what's going on here with Kevin, but there he is. Okay, he can be Kevin. All right, we're gonna do. Let's see. I can just roll into the next feature. Unless Kevin, can you hear me? Can you talk? Is he not talking? This is tech fun here. Okay, well, let's just move into my next favorite feature then. We will cancel this autoresponder. Hopefully Kevin will jump back in with us soon. I am going to show off the templates gallery we built. So one of the things that Author Email wanted to do when we got started was actually create an email template builder. Most people are familiar with these HTML template builders. They look like this. Very basic. It's a WYSIWYG is what it's called. What you see is what you get editor, a WYSIWYG editor. And it allows you to do obvious, simple things. If you double click, you can change the image. You can add content. You can make things bold, right? This is all well and good. This is fine. The problem with an HTML template builder like this is that you're effectively just designing a web page. You're designing this little thing here is a page. And if you click source, you can see the HTML content, the code here, and you can change all this stuff here. You can change the background padding to, or the padding of this div layer to 20 pixels, or whatever. All that doesn't matter except when you're trying to send an email, every single inbox that is going to receive that email will parse that HTML content a little bit differently. So all that tech stuff aside, what we wanted to do was offer a way people could create a template with an email HTML builder, not just a straightforward WYSIWYG editor. So we've built this very simple, simplistic even, and that's on purpose, and I'll explain why, email builder called called the drag and drop editor. Now it looks a little cleaner, a little nicer, but what you'll notice is it actually restricts you a little bit, and that's on purpose. The reason it's restricting you is, these 600 pixel wide campaign is going to look the same in 99% of the inboxes that your email lands in. So if it's Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo, it's going to look like this. You're not going to get, GIF images that don't show up, and that Microsoft decided to make their emojis render as as the letter capital letter J for some reason. There's all kinds of weird things that you can run into when you send an email, and enough of those things going wrong will make your email end up in a spam or junk folder. So we built this little template builder, and it's very simple to use. You literally drag in the content you want. If you want an image here. Now, in the future, we're going to actually have this dummy content, these images. These will be book covers and author names and just author-centric content. We just put a dummy content in here now so that we could get it built and released. But you'll be able to these will be 3 book covers that you can change, of course, and just quick content and titles about those. But you can see it's just so much faster to be able to edit things like this. Of course, you can still bold, italicize as normal. If you wanted to make a link to something, you can do all that stuff here. So that's just a really powerful, simple tool that will make sure that your emails get into inboxes, which is, at the end of the day, that's the whole goal. I'm going to jump back over here and see if Kevin is with us. Hey, Kevin. Wow, Roland actually did change into Kevin. That's impressive. Roland, how are you doing, sir? I can hear you. Yeah. How's it going?
I'm doing great. I've been helping Kevin, but I suggested he pop back out and pop back in, because the last time we did one of these, that happened. It was suddenly, he could hear me, but he couldn't hear you.
Okay, I gotcha.
So we could do like a round robin, but I don't know if that would be very entertaining for the troops.
Sure, it would be something. I see. So you're floating in space somewhere. I see the world behind you.
Yeah, I'm over
the space station.
Africa right now.
Africa, yeah, yep.
Australia.
Well, thanks for jumping in, man. Are you able to put on some of these questions from people? Tracy Cooper Posey has a couple.
I saw that. I think I do not have the ability. I was not given the ability to add the comments to the thing.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, I guess is Kevin doing that? Maybe Kevin's doing that. So this is the question I answered from Lynn. No, Lynn, don't wait on questions. I'm probably not going to explain all the features because there are just so many awesome features of author email. Just drop the questions in the chat or in the Facebook, whatever you're watching on, and we can pop them up here on the screen, or Kevin can whoever's popping them on the screen can pop them on the screen. I don't know who's popping. Will there be a replay of this? Yeah, I think we're recording. That's defaulted to record, so we'll probably have this available somewhere. Okay, let's do a question here. Whoever's popping, the magical popper person, can you pop a question up? Dealer choice. You pick which question. Maybe not.
That is a great question. Can you see the questions there, Nick?
I can see the questions. I can't see them. I'm watching on the screen, and it looks like Lynn's question's still up. Is that right?
Yeah. So I don't see Kevin in here. So we could verbally.
We could. I'm just trying to figure out who put the question up on the screen then. The magical popper person. I don't understand.
See,
you sure you're not able to do that?
Kevin says he's monitoring. He's just going to produce in line because he can't get the sound.
Okay, so he doesn't even know, so he can't even hear.
Yeah, so here we're going to do.
Can he make me the host? Is there a way to do that? I can just be the host. Sorry, everyone. We're trying to figure things out as we go, as we do. All right, hold on. There we go. I'll tell you what. Let me leave and come back real quick. Maybe that'll help. Okay.
I'll vamp. I thought they'd never leave. So anybody has any questions for me? I can't really answer a lot of them. I see a little bit of behind the scenes of author email, but let's hope that they get back in quickly. Yeah. Okay. Oh, here's Nick. Great.
How are we doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Are we alive? I can hear Nick finally. Sorry.
That's absurd, man. No, it's not your fault. It's
I have
something
no
on my
idea
end,
what happened.
apparently.
Suddenly, you went completely silent. I could see your lips moving. It was like when my wife's talking to me. Like I see her lips moving, but I don't actually hear her.
I see your wife in the background there. I can see the back of her
I
head.
know.
Yeah.
That's why I talk so openly.
All right.
So,
Well, okay.
Roland,
Sorry. Roland was saying something.
Thank you for popping in and helping us out, brother. We really appreciate it. Why don't you stick around? You okay to stick around?
I am okay with sticking around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we get to Tracy's question about MailerLite? I was trying.
I did not answer it yet.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, let's answer that. So Tracy's asking, she currently uses MailerLite. She's used ConvertKit and Segment. She segments her list by the use of tags, but tags in Author Email System seem to be something different to what I understand tags to be. Yeah, so every email platform is a little bit different in the way they treat tagging. MailChimp even has a thing called groups, which is similar to what we call segments. So there is a little bit of, kind of vagueness. Vaguity,
Vagueosity,
vulgarity to it. In Author Email, the way we handle tags, or I should say what I call tags. So the way we built it is a tag is like what I showed earlier on the screen. That company full address would be a tag. Those things in brackets. They parse information when the email is sent out. So if you've got a tag that says first name, so in brackets you've got first name. I can pull one up if you want. I'll show you here. These things here, content. This would be a tag. Now that doesn't actually do anything. I just have that in my in my template. But if you click up here, available tags, you'll get this really long list of tags you can put in here. So the tag company full address will parse to the address that you put in as your publishing company or your author. If you've got a PO box or if you just use your home address, whatever, there has to be a real US address in the bottom of the email or somewhere in the email. And so this is the tag you would put in to the email to be able to make that show up. So this is what it looks like in the template, but then when it gets sent, this changes to your address. That's what we call tags. Now, to further answer the question, I think Tracy's getting at is we do offer the same sort of segmenting that any other platform uses. And you can find that under your list. If you go to click on your list, now these are I'm in the Author Email account here, but if you go onto segments, you can create a new one. And these are pretty simple logic-based segmentations. All that means is, let's see, if you wanted to do a date-based segment, operator match any or all, excuse me, if you have more than one, filter here, then that'll be important. Otherwise, keep it on all. And then we want to make the email field, the field we would change to like date added, and then put a value in here. This would be a date, right? So all this depends on how you've set up your list. If you import your list from one of these other services, then our system will make new columns with titles and all that for each of these different fields. Like, for example, if you have a date added field imported, then that would end up as a column in your list, which you can then do a segment based on. Anyway, I won't explain all this here, but yes, we can do all the segmentation type stuff that ActiveCampaign and some of the other ones will as well.
So Nick, is a segment like where it automatically updates? So you've created a segment, has rules, and as new people are added that meet that criteria, they're automatically added to the segment?
Exactly, yeah. So if I do this here, if I press save, value can't be blank. Let's make this easy. Let's say status is confirmed. This should allow us to do something here. Show matching subscribers, right? So value is confirmed now. I don't want to leave the screen on because there's actual people's email addresses here, but you can see that now we've got people populating this list. So if I change that, there are no unsubscribed people on this list, right? So this will update as people get added to the list and unsubscribe. It's basically updated every 5 minutes or something like that on the server.
We got another question from Tracy. Do you have a way of tagging / grouping people according to their behavior?
Sure. So that's a little bit of a big answer because we can essentially, what Kevin and I did building this thing was we originally started with, let's make it simple. I don't want to pay $300 a month to send autoresponder campaigns. And then it became, well, I bet I could build this feature. Well, I bet we can add this too. Well, I bet we can add this too. And so now what we have is this very robust system that can pretty much do everything any other platform can do. Where we are right now with the Author Email 2.0 is that it may be a little trickier to find some of those things, or to build those, big filters and all that. So the simple answer is, yeah, absolutely, you can do that stuff. And you would find that in whether it's segmentation, or you can do custom fields for each list. And you can also, I'll show you this filter system now. One of the things you can do is filter out, if you go to your dashboard, so this is all your subscribers. And if you click that, you'll see all your subscribers. But then up here, if you click on filters, you get this really big window of all the different filters you can run against all of your subscribers. So this is all of your lists, all of your subscribers, all dumped out into a list here. But then I can choose multiple lists if I want to filter down by just say customers and invited people, and I want to see all the people who are confirmed. And I don't really care what source, so I'm going to leave that empty. I don't really care if they're unique. But you can filter all these things out. So, for example, campaigns action, if they did not open the previous, let's say, 4 campaigns in the last ever days, I'm going to leave that blank, and submit, we should see some subscribers here that didn't open those things. So you can automatically, just right off the bat, just do some really quick filtration. And then, so you submit that the first time, you get to see the list. If you change this action up here to export, then what happens is, you probably can't see it. Oh yeah, yes, you want to confirm. I don't know if you could see that, but I just downloaded a CSV file of those people. Now I can do something with that, unsubscribe them or whatever. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Tracy's got more questions, and I definitely wants to answer them, but let's hop around just a little. Actually,
well, before that, hey Kevin, why don't you talk about a feature that you like?
One of the features that I really get a lot of use out of is, and I think in all the chaos, you may have covered this, so forgive me if I'm looping back, but the ability to have an email send. So if I've sent out an email previously, I think you were just talking about this. If I've sent out an email
I wasn't actually, but
okay,
yeah, this is a good one.
Okay, so if I've sent out a previous email and I want to send an email to everyone who did not open that email, so we now have the ability to do that. Or if I want to send something to everyone who did open it, so maybe it was, hey, I'm inviting everyone to participate in this thing or whatever, and people open it, but I didn't get as many actions out of it as I wanted. I can actually set up an email that follows up with that group, or vice versa. Yeah. Can send to the people who didn't open the email because maybe it got buried in their stream of emails coming in or whatever. And so I can kind of reapproach, and I like to stack those and do sort of intersperse. So I'll do I'll do an initial email, and then I'll have a follow-up that goes to everyone who didn't open it, and then a follow-up later that goes to everyone who did open it if they didn't take an action, kind of thing. So
yep.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm showing here on the screen. You can actually stack this stuff up, and our server will build that little list. If you think of it that way, all the people who didn't open the previous campaign becomes like a new list. It'll build that list like 5 minutes before the email. Actually, it's actually when the email starts to send. So so what that means is, just like Kevin said, you can stack these. You can write your email, you can schedule it, you can send it, and then you can go back and duplicate that campaign, and then schedule it for 3 days later, only to the people who did not open the previous email. And you can select multiple emails here.
Yeah. And I get a lot of additional engagement out of that.
Absolutely.
We had Tracy and Riley Swan both asked about integrations. Riley's asking if we have integration with BookFunnel yet.
We do have integration with BookFunnel.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it is super sweet. Damon did a really good job setting that up. It's very, very simple. You do need to be on the integrations plan with BookFunnel. So I think the basic $10 a month plan may not cover the integration with Author Email. But if you upgrade to the integrations level plan, you will be able to go and select Author Email as the source. And then it'll automatically pull in all the lists you've set up. So you have to have a list already built, of course. And then it'll essentially just add all the subscribers to that list. It all happens behind the scenes, and it counts as an organic subscriber, which means like all the autoresponder systems that you've set up will go to them as if they had just subscribed that day because they did. So yeah, we've got BookFunnel set up. There was another question about
Integration.
StoryOrigin, I think. Oh, BookFunnel. Okay, yeah. WooCommerce.
BookFunnel and WooCommerce. Do we have,
So-
what other integrations do we have? Do we have anything
Well-
besides just BookFunnel?
Well, yeah. So BookFunnel actually was chatting with Evan Gao at StoryOrigin this morning. He's working right now as we speak on the StoryOrigin integration. We're going to be announcing that hopefully. I mean, I don't want to give him a timeline deadline, but he seems like he's going to get on it and get it finished anyway pretty quick. So if you use StoryOrigin, that's going to be another way to just automatically get people subscribed. I've reached out to the folks at Elegant Themes who created Divi, which is the framework that I use for WordPress. Think of a theme, but like a theme on steroids, because they've got another, really easy to use drag and drop subscription panel that has all the big ones: MailChimp, ActiveCampaign. They're a little more corporate, so I don't know if they're actually going to build an integration for us, but that would be great. As far as WooCommerce goes, what we do have is a WordPress plugin that's in very much beta, or I would even call it alpha because I developed it. And so I need somebody else to look over it first before we release it publicly. But I've been using it on my personal website and it works really well. It is just a WordPress plugin that goes and lives on it's a widget. It lives on, a sidebar or something, or you can drag it into like a WooCommerce installation. So if you want to, play with that, if you're one of the authors that are kind of trying this out, send me an email. I'd be happy to give you that. Just again, the disclaimer is it's very much a can I hack together job right now that we're still working on.
We have Lynn says, first of all, thanks, because Lynn's a newbie all around. So with segmentation, if I have an author business and a podcast and a speaking business, I could segment my lists by my different, quote, activities.
You could, Lynn, honestly, the best way to do that in our system is to just set up different lists for everything. The reason for that is if you consider yourself like a publishing or a company, right? You've got a podcast, you've got an author side of things. Now, right now, they may have the same address, but they may eventually not. You may want to break them out into completely different sort of companies. But even without that, separating by list is by far the easiest way to handle all this stuff because you can have different templates for each list. You can have a template for each list. You can have, different fields that you might need for each different list. And we don't, by the way, count the same email address multiple times in our system. What that means, so if you've got 3 different lists and I'm on all 3 of your lists, you don't get dinged 3 times. That doesn't count against your subscriber total. We only count unique subscribers for the monthly billing. And you can see that over here on the dashboard. If you see the number of subscribers is 488 for author email stuff. But if you click up here in this little cryptic little server rack thing, we've actually got 1,000 subscribers because some of these subscribers exist on multiple lists within our system, right? So this is what we actually will bill you on. This up here just shows you how many people are on on your lists spread out. I know that's an answer to a different question, but I think lists is probably the best way to do that.
So Nick, if by having people on different lists, does that mean that if they unsubscribe from one, they will not be unsubscribed from the others?
By default, that's how it works, Roland. You can set that up when you build the list. When you add a new list, I can show you that here.
I think that's important. I think that's important because, like, for MailerLite, everyone's on, like, you group them instead of list them. So
right,
if they like, if you write urban fantasy and paranormal romance, and somebody unsubscribes from one, you've lost them with both. So even though they have an interest in both, if they get, if they decide to leave one, they've left you entirely.
Exactly. Yep. No. So we don't do that by default. Lists are like their own little microcosm. So if I'm right here, I'm setting up a brand new list. That's all I clicked on. I would obviously fill this stuff out before I'd save. But down here, subscriber actions. So when somebody unsubscribes from this list, maybe I want to unsubscribe them from all of them. I check this box, select all. If they're on this list, urban fantasy, and I want to unsubscribe them from, my reader list or whatever, maybe just like a mother list or something, then I could click that. So you can really do whatever you want with the lists. That's why I recommend. It's almost like what other systems would call segments, just sort of what you're talking about with MailerLite. That would be the way I would do it here, is just to keep everything in individual.
I think this is huge for people that have different as Tracy says in the comments, it's huge because that's like, you get into these little things, you toy around with different interests. And if something doesn't take off and somebody unsubscribes, you've lost everybody with a lot of these other groups. So I've used all the other mailing systems, and this one seems like the most flexible in this regard.
All of them? Every single one of them?
Every single one.
Do not question the guy who jumped in to save us at the last minute.
I'm with you, man. That's great. Yeah.
Listen, I want to pop this up because I think this is important. Lynn asks, next question: are all the features available regardless of the plan?
I think Kevin, you can answer that one just better than I can.
Can I? I don't know if I can.
I think you can.
Yes. All features.
I'll let you try.
Yeah. So the plans are all about the number of subscribers and I guess the number of emails as well, right? And you're going to be able to break that down a little better than I can, but it's all about the number of subscribers you can manage with your account, and everything else is there for you to use. We wanted to make sure that everybody had access to everything. So
yeah, and this is simplicity. It's like, why would we make all these different plans that you have to compare? And it's just that you want to email your readers, you want to email your subscribers.
And I have 5 subscribers, or I have 5,000 subscribers, or I have 500,000 subscribers, and I want to, you pick your plan, but we want the features to be available to everybody.
Exactly. So obviously we limit the number of unique subscribers you have on an account because it costs money to send email, of course. So as you grow, you'll go up to a different tier and you'll pay, an ungodly amount of money, like $20 a month. That's a joke, by the way, in case anyone's not familiar with how much things cost in the email space. But that's going to give you up to like 20,000 subscribers, and that's incredible. But all the features, even the free trial plan, you can set up autoresponders, you can do the segmentation, you can build your HTML templates or your drag and drop templates. There are no limitations in features besides the number of subscribers you've got in our system. Hey, I just got an email, and I see people are mentioning it over here in the comments. Evan just sent me an email. It's live. He just finished the StoryOrigin integration right now. I guess he's watching. And so obviously I haven't tested this yet. This is something, he had to build it on his side, right? Because StoryOrigin has to integrate with author email. So it was really something he had to do. And I'm just now hearing about it. So that's great news. I think that's awesome.
Nothing like announcing a brand new feature live on the air.
On the feature discussion. Yeah.
Quick, announce all the other things you want.
Exactly. Everyone gets $1 million by joining the free trial.
I'm going to put this comment up from Riley. I'm sorry. Did you have something else you were saying, Nick?
No, the feature I was announcing was that we all get free money whenever we join. That's not. Don't quote me on that.
That's a feature for us. It's not a feature for you guys. That's just a feature for us.
That's fair.
So Riley asked, I currently use MailerLite. How easy will it be to bring my list over to your platform?
Great question. We made it as easy as possible. And what that means is no matter what platform you have, correct me if I'm wrong, Roland, all of them allow you to export everything, meaning a CSV data dump of all your email subscribers based on different lists or however you want to do it. I think you can even, like ActiveCampaign lets you export individual lists or segments or whatever. Mm-hmm. So if you were to get it just a dump, and I say dump meaning a CSV file, comma separated values or text file of all of your subscribers and all the information, and import it into our system, we will see every single column in that file as a unique field. A custom field is what we call it. So for example, if you've got a date field in ActiveCampaign that says the date somebody signed up to this list, and you import it into ours, you will now have in that list a custom field called date somebody was added. We just do it automatically. Now, some of the more advanced features, like if you have if there's an author we're working with in the UK who's got a music book publishing business, and so he's got all kinds of crazy like automation campaigns and sequences and features and all that. When he imports his information, he's got things like radio boxes and check boxes that are unchecked or checked for certain subscribers. That all gets imported, but it imports some of those things as text rather than data. And without getting technical, all it means is there's a little bit of finagling to get it to work the way he wants it to work. But for the vast majority of people, I know the three of us on this call, if we had MailChimp and exported it and imported it into Author Email, it would all be there. It would just be your email addresses, first name, last name, whatever the basic stuff we use, and that's all going to work perfectly with our system without much fuss.
Very good. We were talking about favorite features, Nick. What is your absolute favorite feature?
Let's see. I took some notes here.
The money.
My favorite. The company.
That's my favorite feature.
So I got to say, you've already covered my favorite feature, which is the resend to the unopened campaigns. That's just hands down my favorite feature. But one of the things that I'm excited about for this is because we did it from kind of a tech perspective, meaning like we started with just a real basic, I want to send email. But now that Kevin and I have been doing this for 5 or 6 years, we've really built it out into something that, the tech nerds out there will rejoice. So that means, and most of us won't even ever use this stuff. I don't really use it for anything, but there's a full API that's integratable with anything out there. So if you know how to write, if you're familiar with API libraries and things like that, just like Evan at Story Origin and Damon at BookFunnel did, you can integrate something, you can build something that ties right into not only Author Email system, but your own personal author account. We have no limitations on that. So you could literally write an API that connects something with Amazon's library directly into your Author Email account. I can't even give you an example of that because we haven't done it yet, but that API works, and proof is there with BookFunnel and Story Origin.
I'll say this, by the way, since you brought up BookFunnel, and we've talked about it, I know, but that the way it's integrated with BookFunnel is so easy. It's amazing. Like you can choose. So if you have multiple lists, when you integrate with BookFunnel, you actually can select the lists that you want the registrations to go to. So I have occasionally, like I have my nonfiction list and I have my fiction list. So if I'm trying to gather, actually Roland and I did this recently with Indie Author Blueprint. We were giving a book away and we wanted the people to go on to that nonfiction list. So I was able to associate that list specifically. Everything got integrated automatically. I didn't have to, futz with it or download anything. I set the giveaway to end at a certain time, and everything went very smoothly. And I did the same thing with recently with a Draft to Digital giveaway that we were doing with RW Australia. So you can have all these different segments or all these different lists running. And then through BookFunnel's integration, it's easy to get people onto those lists with a freebie. Very cool.
Very cool.
Cool. I can tell you one of my other favorite features.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we probably should aim at wrapping up and answering any final questions anybody might have. But the customizable templates, being able to build my own template and even import templates via HTML from outside of the system. And the whole like WYSIWYG template builder thing that you have pulled together. That is very handy. I've got templates for all kinds of different stuff, but I tend to kind of fall back on my one template that I use over and over again.
Yep, I do as well.
But
so one of the features
easy to customize.
Sorry, Kevin, I didn't jump over. Talk over you. The template gallery that I've got pulled up here. This is sort of what Kevin's talking about. You can have. I explained this before. I think Kevin was muted then, or couldn't hear me then. But you've got two different options to do. You can build the WYSIWYG, old school kind of HTML template, and I explained already why that was maybe not the best choice. It looks fine usually, but then sometimes individual email inboxes will eat it and chew it up and spit it out. We've also got the drag and drop builder, which is the newer kind of email only. It limits you space-wise. Anyway, the plan ultimately is to have a template gallery, and I'm on there now on the screen right here, a template gallery where you not only have your own templates that you've built or imported from elsewhere, but this, you'll notice I'm in the Author Email account, and you'll see the Nick Thacker master template. Now, I'm Nick Thacker, and I've got a separate Author Email account. I built this template and submitted it to the gallery. And so now you can go, if you're the user, you can go in here and click on import, and it becomes a template that you can use in your own campaigns. So now I've got two templates here in my own email gallery. the master template from Nick Thacker, and the author email one that I built before. So this is one of those things that we're hoping will grow. If you're a romance writer and you've got a template that just works really, really well and you want to help your fellow author out, you can submit that template to the gallery and all the other authors can see it and import it and use it as their own.
Now, I haven't tried this, by the way, but Canva actually now has newsletter templates as part of its whole shtick. So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm guessing you could probably create a template in Canva and import it over. I'm guessing.
You'd have to, because it's all done HTML. All these templates are HTML, and so yes, it's probably going to import. There may be some tweaking and things like that to do, but that's all pretty typical. Got to add the tags and things like that.
Since we're kind of getting close to wrapping up, I want to kind of rapid fire some questions here. This one,
let's do it.
This one was one that Tracy sent earlier, and I think I skipped it by accident. Sorry, Tracy. So following up, is there a way to, for example, put people into a group/segment/tag when they click on a link in the email?
Short answer is yes, absolutely. That's easy to do. There's like 4 different ways to do it, though. Tracy, why don't you send me an email? We'll chat or hit the forum.author.email. And I can give you the full rundown on how to do that, however which way makes you happy. Plenty of ways to do it. And
Nicole asks, and this should be our final question actually, is reCAPTCHA available?
It is available. That is a list-based or list-level thing. So whenever you create a new list or update an old list, you can choose to have the reCAPTCHA. It's all the way at the bottom of that page. Enabled, yes or no. Very simple. We use Google's version 3 for that, which is the latest one, and it all works flawlessly. What it'll do is add that little "Are you a human?" or "Are you a robot?" I should say, checkbox at the bottom of all your forms.
What bothers
These
me
are
is
forms
it doesn't
that
let me
author
say
email
yes.
hosts. I know it doesn't. It's like I am a robot.
Yes, I am a robot.
This is only on author email hosted forms. So if you send people to author email's website with your form and all that that we've made, that reCAPTCHA will be on there. However, if you have your own HTML, code monkey that you can do this on your own website, you can still add the reCAPTCHA form and it works fine.
Excellent. Are there any, let's see, we're getting some thank yous. Thank you, Tracy. We appreciate you tuning in. Anything else that, and Roland, by the way, man, we really appreciate you coming to our rescue. Roland is not a part of author email, but I feel like he is at this point. But thank you so much for helping us out, man.
Just all the good ideas were mine.
That's right. Yeah.
All the good ideas.
If you have a feature you really love, that's Roland's fault.
Yeah,
that's right.
Uncredited and unpaid. That's the Roland Denzel way. Okay, so Nick, any last final words before we let all these good people get back to their regularly scheduled lives?
Well, don't leave without signing up at Get Started. The link is right there on the page. Seriously, it's a really cool platform. It's growing. We're doing some really cool things. There are some incredible announcements that we are just sitting on, waiting to talk about that we can't for all kinds of top secret reasons. So get in while the getting is good. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. Like I said, there is a free trial, unlimited features. We limit you to, I think it's 1,000. I think it's 1,000 people. Maybe it's 10,000. I can't even remember anymore. But we had to put a limitation on it so that we could afford to pay for things. But get in there, send some emails, try it out, and get acquainted with the system. If you are already on the free trial, this is my obligatory announcement to click over to the paid version at $10 a month. You're not going to find something better than, I think it's $11 a month. Go over to here to the price plans, and you'll see all 3 of the different price plans we offer. Depending on which one you're on, purchase one. It's an automatic, it's handled through Stripe, so it's all safe and secure, but jump in there, get started. If you need help with anything, my email address is there, hello@author.email, and there's a forum.author.email.
Yep.
And
we pay more attention to the people who pay us. We're just going to put it out there.
Do we? Okay. I don't. I pay 100% attention to everybody all at the same time.
Exactly.
No, I send the trial.
All right.
That's what I do.
All right. Okay, everybody. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And once again, I want to thank Roland for popping in and helping us out. And, for Roland's sake, go check out indieauthorblueprint.com if you're just kind of laying around looking for something to do today. And everyone else, well, shoot, I think I just screwed myself. Okay, everyone else, thank you for tuning in, and we'll probably do another one of these down the road. So take care. We'll see you next time.
Down the road. Yeah, man.
Smooth.
Bye, guys.
This one's been fraught with technical difficulties. All right. Take care, everybody.